In this tutorial, we'll be looking at composition of mapping. What is composition of mapping? This simply means merging of any given function into a mapping. Merging of any given function into a mapping. Now we are given the first example here. The question says if fx, that is function of x, is equals to x squared and gx into 2x, and is also another function, then we have to find g into fx, that is the two functions, they are being merged together, that is to form what? A mapping. So let's start with the questions, solution to the questions. Okay, let me bring out the question back. That's question 1 now. Example 1. If fx is equals to x squared, right? Then we also have g into x is equals to what? 2x minus 1. So we are told to find g into fx. Now, how do we tackle this type of question? Now, for you to solve this question conveniently, let me teach you a trick for you to be able to understand what the composite mapping is. Now, for us to solve this question, this is what you simply do. Watch out for the first letter here. The first letter here is g, right? Now, go to the function of gx. So, you assume that you want to write that function back. So, we have 2. So, we will complete it. Instead of us having anywhere you see letter in that function, you are replacing that letter with the value of the function of what? X. Which is what we have here. X squared. Remember, I said the first letter, which is gx, because the value here is g. Go to that function. Assume you want to write that function back. So I'm having 2 as my first value here. So I won't put this x here because I'm now replacing that x with the value of what? Fx. So that means this becomes what now? 2x. This becomes x squared. Then complete it minus 1. So of course we are going to have 2x squared minus 1 as our final answer there. We have been able to solve that question. That's the first one. So the second one, from the first example, we have to find f, g, that's x, just like this one, okay? Now, the first letter you have here is what? F. Go to the function of f. Assume you want to write it back too. So, but the function of f here is just simply what? X squared. So, that means we are replacing this x squared now with the value of what? Gx, which is 2x. I told you anywhere you see letter. But because this x1 has a square, you replace the word the square there. Okay? So when you expand this bracket, you are going to have 2x minus 1 and also have 2x minus 1. So by expanding, we have 4x squared minus 2x plus 1, right? So this becomes 4x squared minus 4x plus 1 as our final answer. So all this is clear. So let's move to the second example. Okay, let me erase this part. Okay. Now, the second example, number 2. We have fx to be equals to x squared, and we have gx to be equals to x plus 3. So we want to find, so they said x is an element of out, then we say to find fog into 2. Now you see this fog into 2 is also the same thing as saying f into gx. Are we together? So when you see something like this, gfx, this can also be written like this, gof. And also this can also be written as this, fog, like that. Okay, so now fgx, we need to find fgx first before we now replace value of 2. So of course, the first letter here is f, right? As we want to write the letter, the function back, but there is just only what? X squared here. So anyway we see this x here, we are replacing the value of what? X plus 3. So this becomes what? X plus 3. Then because it's having a square, you squared it like that. So when you expand this bracket, you know you have x plus 3 and you also have another x plus what? 3. So by expansion, you are going to have x squared plus 6x plus 9, right? But we are not done with this question here because the question says we should find fog into 2. We only find fog, that is fgx. So that means you are going to replace value of what? X to what? 2. That's the meaning. So anyway we see x here, now we put 2. Let me erase this one too. So like I said, from the given function now, you're told that the value of x is 2. So when you place 2 here, you have 2 squared plus 6 into 2 plus what? 9. This gives you 4 plus 12 plus 9, and 4 plus 12 plus 9 will give you 25. So this is what I have for you today. Please kindly like this video, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Turn on the bell notification to receive any update on my tutorial channel. I'll see you guys in my next class. Bye for now.